time for Nerdgasm.
Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and it feels like it has been forever since I've sat down in front of this camera, and it really has. It's been 8 days, and to be honest, I don't know when the last time I've gone that long without making a video is. I mean, it feels really, really strange even sitting here. It literally feels like it's been months, not a week. And I wanted to tell you guys why that is and what's been going on, because I know a lot of you guys don't follow me on social network. If you do, if you follow me over on Twitter at Barnacules or over on Facebook or on Instagram, you probably have a pretty good idea of why I haven't made a video in the last week. But if you don't, I'm going to explain it to you guys now and give you as much detail into what's going on as possible, and also what I'm going to be working on and what's coming up in the future, because there is a lot of catch up to do. I feel I've never felt more buried in my life as I do right now. I mean, there is more stuff to do than time to do it. But let's go ahead and kick it off and let you guys know how this all started. So let's rewind a week ago, or even past a week, so 8 days ago. What had happened was my family went on a little mini vacation. You guys may have seen some of the tweets about it and everything. We went to Great Wolf Lodge, and this is a place that we've gone to a lot. We take Xander there because he loves it, because it's this giant indoor water park where it's a safe place to take your kids. They've got places to get food. They have an arcade. They have really nice rooms. It's a great place, or at least was a great place. But this last time we went, we noticed that a lot of the amenities were broken down. There wasn't pools down, or there wasn't towels down at the pool. Of course, there's pools down there, but there was no towels. And the refrigerator in our room was broken, and the TV was broken. I mean, the place definitely took a dive downhill, but we didn't really think nothing of it. We still had a nice 2 days away from home. But when we got back, we noticed something, and that was my wife was pretty sick. Miss Barnacules, she had a sore throat and a sinus thing going on when we returned that Thursday night. And I felt all right, so, you know, I just carried on, and you guys know that the next day, that Friday, I created the last video I uploaded, which was the Nerdgasm video. I believe it was Friday. It might have been Thursday night, but you guys may have noticed if you watched that video that in the beginning of it, I sound kind of rough. And then towards the end of it, my voice is completely shot again. Well, let me tell you what happened was, I woke up that morning, I wasn't feeling that great. I had a little bit of a scratchy throat, you know, nothing to write home about. And I started shooting the Nerdgasm video, and I just started going downhill. Like literally from the start of that video to the end, it probably was about 5 hours of me shooting on and off. And at the end of that 5 hours, my throat was completely raw and swollen, and I couldn't speak very well, and I had a headache, and I just felt like garbage. So I knew that I caught whatever my wife had caught. And I was like, ah, damn. Well, it got a lot worse. So I sleep that night, and I wake up the following Saturday, and I have a little present with me in bed. Yeah, I don't know how to say this without grossing a bunch of people out, but let's just say a poop nap took place
in the bed.
Okay, this isn't something I normally do, guys. You know, I was potty trained at a relatively young age, but yeah, a poop nap happened. A very, very liquidy poop nap. So I was concerned. I was like, okay, this is not your standard diarrhea. This is like nuclear. Something is wrong. So I start drinking tons and tons of water, and literally as fast as I can drink the water, it's just going right through me. It's going right through me. I spend the entire day, I'm not even kidding, I spent most of the day sitting on the toilet. Like, I tried to get up and go sit in the bed for a few minutes, and I was sitting on a towel because I didn't have much control over what was going on. I know this is horribly disgusting, but I'm going to tell you guys about it anyways, because it was a horrible experience, and everybody needs to know about it. So I'm sitting there. Let's just say I had a couple more accidents that day. I wanted to go see the doctor, though, because I was starting to develop a little bit of a headache towards the end of the day. Well, anyways, I slept that night. Woke up the next morning, and it got worse. It was to the point where, I mean, I was going through like a roll of toilet paper like every 2 hours, and it was insane. I've never in my life I've gone to the bathroom that many times in that little period of time. So I started weighing myself because I was getting a little scared. And after 2 days, at the end of the second day that I had this stomach bug, I was down 16 pounds. How do you lose 16 pounds in 2 days? That's 8 freaking pounds a day. So, and I had this really wicked headache, so I started taking my blood pressure and keeping an eye on it and everything. And I wanted to go to the emergency room, but I don't have that killer Microsoft insurance anymore that I used to have, so I usually won't go to the doctor now unless it's something that I feel is life-threatening, which I'm starting to think that this probably qualified as that a long time before, but I was stubborn, I didn't want to go, so So I started drinking Pedialyte. My wife went and got me this stuff called Pedialyte. It's nasty tasting stuff. It's like drinking hummingbird food. And it helped a little bit, but my stomach was really, really nauseated. That's another thing I didn't tell you guys about, is this all started with about a nausea. I threw up all over the place. Luckily, the nausea only lasted about a day. After that, it was all intestinal and stomach cramps and stuff like that. Well, this lasted for about 3 or 4 days. And that's why I wasn't online or anything. I was literally in bed or sitting on the toilet. That's what I did for 4 days, guys. Didn't leave the house, didn't do anything. I was shoveling yogurt into my face because I know that yogurt has active live cultures in it and stuff, and it's good. So I'm eating the yogurt, I'm eating probiotics, I'm doing everything I can to try to fight this thing. And I thought I might have dysentery, because I had dysentery when I was younger, and the symptoms were kind of similar, except for there was no blood or anything. So I wasn't thinking it's that. But I had a really bad intestinal, like, parasite or something. So I was just getting ready to go into the doctor, and one more day passed, and things started getting a little bit back to normal. I gained back about 4 of the 16 pounds that I lost, and I was starting to feel a little bit better. And so I kept drinking the water, kept running the fluids through me. We even talked to a nurse on the phone at the doctor's office, and she said, yeah, just keep pumping fluids through and monitoring your blood pressure. So I did. So what had happened was things started getting better after about like day 4, towards the end of day 4, day 5, things were starting to solidify a little bit and get back to normal. I mean, I actually had some kind of control over my body again, and I was very thankful. So I thought I was out of the woods. Well, now all of a sudden I have a sore throat, I have a massive headache, and I'm having a little bit of troubled labored breathing. And I'm like, crap, this is kind of how it started. Like when I first got the stomach flu thing, it was all like throat, and then now I've got this chest thing where it felt like I was really congested, kind of like a cloudy chest. And you can probably even hear it in my voice right now. I'm still not 100% over it. But so I start getting this thing. I'm like, oh crap. So now I got some kind of a respiratory issue. So I'm done being sick. So I go to the doctor. The doctor seems to think that I have bronchitis. So, or something along those lines. And so he puts me, just to be on the safe side, he puts me on a 10-day antibiotic run. So I'm taking this amoxicillin stuff. It's a 10-day, 2-day pill thing. And he gives me this, it's Albuterol. It's like this inhaler thing. And even learned a cool little trick with the toilet paper tube to make it work better. Yeah, maybe I'll show you the guys that have, because I have to take a dose here in a minute. But so I start taking that. I wake up the next day like suffocating. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm hacking my lungs out. I can't get any air. I'm super dizzy. And this happens twice that night. So now I just recovered from like 1 or 2 sicknesses, and now I'm like on my 3rd sickness. My son, Xander, he starts throwing up all over the place. And now he's got the diarrhea that I had, the same watery, just uncontrolled. So now we've got a kid who's puking and crapping all over the house. I'm super sick and can't breathe, and I'm laid up in bed. And Miss Barnacules, she's feeling a little bit better, but she's still not 100%. So I took the antibiotics for 2 or 3 days, and it starts clearing up. And now I'm starting to feel good. Like today is the first day where I genuinely feel good. I'm still exhausted, but I felt like I get a good night's sleep compared to all the nights before. And the Albuterol has been helping a lot. My lungs feel a lot clearer. My throat's not sore anymore. I don't have a headache. And through this whole thing, I didn't have any kind of a fever or a temperature too, which was really weird. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but Miss Barnacules, she's still at the tail end of it, and she's not feeling good. Xander, he just popped right back. He was like vomiting and had all the symptoms that I had, and boom, like he was just done. The next day, it was gone. It was like it never happened. And he's a super happy kid all the time. So it's like, other than one day of fussy, I mean, he was back on his feet. So that kid's got an awesome immune system. So guys, that was pretty much the last 8 days of my life, was fighting some kind of an intestinal and stomach bug, which then turned into a respiratory throat, ear, sinus thing. And so everything on me that could get sick got sick in the last 8 days. And I spent all but probably 3 hours of those 8 days laid up in bed or on the toilet. I mean, this is my first day really coming up to the Nerd Cave and doing anything in the last week. I came up here for like 1 hour a couple of days ago, but I was still feeling pretty bad, and I shut everything off and went back downstairs. But it has been a rough one. So I'm hoping that I've got all the sicknesses that are going around right now. My immune system's got it all figured out, because I don't want to get sick anymore. This is horrible. It's rare for me to have multiple sicknesses that are all back to back like that. Honestly, I didn't even know that was something that could really happen. I figured that once your body was sick, you would have to deal with it and your immune system be better for it. Well, I'm no doctor, but but it sucked. And even right now, I mean, I'm still not feeling the greatest. I'm still kind of clammy, but compared to the last of the week, I feel a lot better. But the good news, guys, is I gained, and I don't know if this is really good news. I was kind of, the only exciting thing about this whole thing is that I lost 16 pounds, and I've gained 15 of the 16 back. So I've got it by my weight back. I'm no longer super dehydrated. I was so dehydrated I could poke my arm, and there would just be a dent. And you'd watch the dent like slowly fill back in. I mean, it was horrible, horrible dehydration, and I think that's what was causing the massive headache. But today I got to have a coffee, got to have my first Starbucks in like a week, and it felt good to actually get some caffeine in me. I'm still pretty worn out, but otherwise I'm good. But guys, I am ready to get back on the horse. I've had a lot of rest this last week, so hopefully after another day or two, I can just start cranking videos out again, because that's what I want to be doing. Trust me, I was super bored just laying around being sick, laying in bed. And it's like when you lay in bed, you want to sleep. And both of these sicknesses that I had, I couldn't sleep. I'd go to sleep, and I'd end up having a poop nap in the bed, which you don't want to wake up to that. Trust me, that's no fun to clean up. Like, it's just not. You know, or your other alternative is to wake up wheezing and hacking and not able to breathe, which just sucks. But anyways, I'm feeling a lot better now, guys. But some cool things did happen today, though. And that is, if you guys watch my Twitter feed, I actually got a tweet from Felix, also known as PewDiePie. And apparently he's getting into 3D printing now. So he reached out to me to ask me some questions about 3D printing, and we had an exchange back and forth. And then we took it offline and did some talking. He's a really cool guy, actually, super nice guy. And so I'm going to help him out with some of his 3D printing stuff. But I thought that was really cool, because it's like, you know, it's not every day like the biggest guy on YouTube like reaches out to you and asks you for something. I mean, that made me feel good that, you know, even somebody as big as him knows who I am in the 3D printing space. And there's a lot more 3D printing stuff coming down the pipe, guys. I've got more ideas than I know what to do with. I have some really cool stuff coming up, including the Robo 3D review. I'm sorry that's been postponed so long, but I was working with Robo to resolve the problems before I got the sickness and before I went on vacation and then came back sick. So that threw that whole thing off. So everything's put off by about 8 days. So I'm going to be playing a lot of catch up, guys, to get stuff out there. So please just be patient. The stuff is coming, I promise. Also, I'm glad that I'm feeling better today, because tomorrow I'm actually going to hang out with Marshall, my friend at Final Hash. He's the guy that got me into Bitcoin mining, and the guy that provided me with the ASICs, the Sponduli SP20 and the Antminer S3 Plus that I use for mining Bitcoins here at my home. And tomorrow we're actually going to visit the largest Bitcoin mine in North America. This is something that I'm really excited about. We're actually, and it's something that I can actually drive to. So I'm going to do a whole video on that for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to see more Bitcoin videos. This one's going to be cool, because we're actually going to go see an operational mine, and I've never seen one in person, so that's pretty cool. And the data center stuff is always fun to go and look at and review. So that'll be cool. But guys, I think that pretty much catches you all up. So guys, if you want to know what's going on in my day-to-day when I'm not making videos, when like something's going on that's preventing me from making videos, go over and follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. I'm at Barnacules on Twitter, or go over to Instagram. I'm also at Barnacules on Instagram. And you can see pictures and posts and everything of whatever's going on and get caught up. And if you guys want to see what was going on over the last week, just go check those links down in the video description. You'll be able to go see all those previous tweets and all those previous Instagrams and get all caught up, guys. So I just wanted to sit down and do this really quick video and let you guys know what was going on. I got a whole bunch of messages. People were asking me if I was sick, or if I quit YouTube, or if I got a job. And it's like, no, YouTube is my job, guys. This is my job. So I've basically been taking sick leave from my job. But no, I'm still completely on board. I'm loving the YouTube thing. I'm going to keep on producing the YouTube thing. I really love kind of having a little bit of control in my own destiny, and it's a lot of fun, and it allows me to spend more time with my family and stuff like that. So no, I don't at this current time have any plans to go back to a big IT firm or anything like Microsoft or Google or Amazon. Who knows? The future, things change all the time. But for the here and now, I'm having a lot of fun doing the YouTube thing and entertaining you guys and showing you guys cool stuff. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And also, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Ty Moss. He sent me one of his cool No Sleep Team shirts right here. I've been asking him for a while, because honestly, this last week, I didn't sleep hardly at all. So this shirt is incredibly appropriate. And if you guys want to check out some of the Barnacules Nerdgasm shirts, you guys, if you don't know, I opened my own store at shop.barnerd.com. or barnaclesshop.com. They both go to the same place. And it's basically all of my shirts. I basically created my own t-shirt shop where all these shirts are created by somebody that I personally know, and I own all of the inventory and everything like that. So it's not one of those sites where it's like you just put up a design and then they create the shirts and mail them out. It's like these shirts are actually mailed from stock that I own, which I think is kind of cool. It feels a little bit different. It makes me feel a little bit more connected to the whole experience. But guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support. Lots more 3D printing videos, jerry-rigged videos, product reviews, and just about anything else that you could imagine coming out of this weird random ass head of mine. And including Racing Simulator. Good thing I said that too, because oh my god, I would have got hung. A lot of people have been waiting for Racing Simulator stuff. Don't worry, it's coming. Jay's 2 Cents just set up his simulator, and I'm hoping to actually do some laps with him in iRacing here pretty soon. But guys, realize I am over a week behind, so I've got a lot of stuff that I got to dig into and a lot of stuff that I got to get through. But if you're waiting for something in particular, just keep on waiting. It's gonna happen. It just is. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go get a little rest before I have to go on this massively long drive tomorrow. And don't worry, I'll be getting that video for you guys hopefully up on Tuesday or Wednesday, and that'll be the whole Bitcoin mine thing. But rest at this point is important because I don't want to get sick again. And I know you guys think I get sick a lot, and to be honest, I'm starting to agree with you because it feels like I do. And this last bout came about this close to turning into pneumonia. And I've had pneumonia twice in my life. It's not something I wanted to have a third time. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. God, 16 minutes in. Man, I talk a lot, don't I? All right, guys. Take it easy, and until next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. Also, come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. I'm a real social guy. Also, if you have a couple of minutes, check out some of these many other videos. I made them myself.